Hello folks, how you doing and welcome to my channel. I am back. So, August energy update, August 2024. When I was thinking about a title to call this video before I came on, I got the exact words of a month of deep ascension. So August 2024 being a month of deep ascension, profound ascension. And this doesn't matter where you are on your ascension path, whether you're new to it, whether you're an old timer, whatever. It's a month of deep ascension that is personal to you. So it's not about going onto a grid and seeing where you are on the grid. It's about your personal ascension path. Before we get to the cards, I'm going to be doing some chatting and then we'll pull the cards in. But before we get to the chatting, we've got a new moon in Leo, profound. We've then got Mercury going retrograde on the 5th of August. I'm just looking down at my list. We've then got the huge 8-8 portal, which is also known as Lion's Gate. We've then got the blue full moon at the end of the month. So we've got a month packed full of organic healing, a month full of upgrades, deep healing. And also as well, one of the things I'm feeling is listen to what your soul is saying. Listen to what your soul is saying. I had a beautiful conversation with my soul on holiday at a lock in Glencoe, and it was mind-blowing. And actually when you just shh the mind and the chatter and the ego and the need to be heard and be right and just listen to that soul, they don't say much, they never say much, but what they do say is absolutely profound. You'll also find, as well as we're going into August and with this boof of energy that we've got, and knowing also that Mercury retrograde, well yeah, we feel that before it happens, but Lion's Gate starts to build throughout July and it fully opens on the 8th of August and then starts to shrink back, a bit like, you know, the womb contracting of the cervix during pregnancy. It does it gradually till it gets to the full centre and then it comes in. You will possibly be finding that things in which you tolerated before you can't tolerate. And it may be things that you are passionate about or things that you enjoyed or things that lit you up or hobbies, interests, current affairs, global things, certain people on the global stage, certain families on the global stage. And all of a sudden something shifted and it's almost like, oh, I don't want that anymore. I don't want to be that person anymore. It doesn't interest me anymore. It doesn't light me up anymore. And also as well, another part of this is seeing aspects of darkness in stuff. So you could be watching a ceremony on telly, you could be watching a film, you could be listening to some music, you could be at a theatre production, it could be anything. You could be watching a politician being interviewed on TV, and all of a sudden you think, ooh, not sure what it is here, but this feels ick, this feels strange. Don't try to understand it or get to the bottom of it, switch it off. If you have been watching something that is obviously has dark connotations to it, nature, get out into Mother Earth. Another thing my guide said earlier was sleep and rest and plenty of water and just white light meditation. If you've got access to a grass, whether it's lawn, fields, a parkland, sitting on the grass and connecting your kundalini to the grass, which is what goes up and down the back of the spine, and just taking that healing. And being thankful that you're able to see it. Being thankful that you're able to see it, observe it, understand what it is to some degree, because we don't want to go too far down that rabbit hole and get ourselves lost. And come back out and embody as much light as you can. As we go through August, we're going to see more and more on the world stage that is kind of chaotic. It's already started. It's going to get bigger. It's going to get bigger. It's going to get more whoa. And it's going to feel like, you know, when you go, I don't know if you have these abroad, but we have these, what they're called, car washes in the UK. It's like these brushy things that brush down your car and at the top. And when you're in the middle of it, it's like, and it can feel really overwhelming. That's what the global stage is going to feel like. So the need to switch off from the global stage, switch off news, switch off magazines, all of that, and take a step back into natural, organic ways. So beautiful books, fine art, delicious whole foods, making as much whole foods as you can. I know that it can be really hard to transition from a processed diet into whole foods, I understand that, but as much as you can, drinking as much clean water as you can, exercise, dance. Unfortunately, there's not a magic wand to deal with stuff at the minute, but how you can deal with it for yourself is doing what I said. And the global stuff that you're going to see has to be what it has to be at the minute, because it's part of the Ascension. So different people come on grade at different points during different events, etc, etc, etc. You will also find as, when it's already starting, but August feels like it's going to get more up, it's going to get ramped up, is having conversations with people that you may have perceived was an unbeliever or didn't really have a spiritual perspective of life. And all of a sudden they say something and you're like, oh, wow. They may start stalking. Who's got a stalker? They may start talking about stone circles or the light, or, I don't know what it is, but there's a shift or something's happening, but I'm not sure what it is. Or I used to be able to eat that, but I just can't now, it makes me feel sick. Or I used to really like watching that, but I just don't know what it is. There's going to be a lot of that. I don't know what it is, but it's not for me. I don't know what it is, but I don't like it anymore. I don't know what it is, but that doesn't feel right. You're going to hear a lot of I don't know what it is. And actually, brilliant. You taking it back to your personal journey, you will be wanting to change, and you will continue to want to change for the rest of the year going into 2025. This will be a woo for you. It will be kind of scary, or ultimately scary. It may trigger people in your life that have benefited from the old you, and it's going to trigger them, and they may even walk out of your life and slam the door on you. Say, for example, you like to go out drinking on a Friday night, or say you used to, I don't know, meet the girls from work for the McDonald's every week, or say you used to, I don't know, whatever it is, or you used to work a certain way or do your business a certain way, and you're like, I'm not doing it now. People will not understand it. Some people will be like, go on, we've been waiting for this. But some people will be like triggered to shit about it, and they just will not want anything to do with you. Wish them well, wish them away, and send them light, because where we are right now is really, really important to look after ourselves, to listen to what that soul wants you to do. Does this light me up? Does this fulfill me? After I've done that task, sorry, I was just looking at my mantle, well, is it like a mantelpiece shelf near the window, and behind my picture of Metatron, this like little fairy elemental came out and looked, waved and went back in. I was like, what the hell? Anyway, moving on. You're going to see more of that as well. Where was I? Tangent. Listen to what your soul wants to do, because this could be business, relationship, friendship, community. It is so, I honestly get so passionate about this I've just been on holiday, and the amount of downloads that have come in have been like, ooh. And by the way, I was meant to do some content on holiday, but I couldn't, because where we stayed, I was going to do content outside with mountains and stuff behind me, and locked, muzzies, midges everywhere, couldn't do it. So apologies for that. But sometimes you just need to go off grid anyway. But the amount of downloads I've had about this, and the amount of aha moments have been profound. So it's so important, as the world seems to be getting darker and darker and darker and more questionable, to light up your soul, to reconnect with your soul. Even if but I've been doing this for ages, Claire, you'll be surprised. You'll be surprised, that's all I'll say. You'll be surprised at actually how far we've still got to go to connect to that soul essence, higher self. And it could be stepping away from a job that pays you a lot. Don't let ego run the show. And I always say this to my one-on-one clients. The universe, your guides, higher self, your Godhead, loves it when you embrace the light. When you step out of the rigmarole, when you step out of the eat, sleep, rave, repeat energy. So when you step out of that, it'll help you. They tend to step back when you're like, no, I'm going to stay in this job. I'm hopeless, I'm helpless, all right, yada, yada, yada. I can't change. Good things don't happen to me. They actually do step back, because what you've got to remember about spirit is they have to look after themselves first. Just because someone's a guide or a galactic or an angel doesn't mean to say they're going to jump into everything. And neither should we. Okay, we shouldn't be jumping into all these global affairs trying to make sense of it and heal it, because you get dirty and they don't want to get energetically dirty. So they will step forward. It's like, you know, when people say to me, I've had a mum that's passed or a friend and I want to make a connection with them and I can't seem to. First step you need to do is clean your house, clean the energy of your house with sage, and have a good home that's energetically clean, that's physically clean, because, you know, especially a normal everyday spirit like relatives, they really feel that impact. So when they come into your trauma and your pain and your grief, it makes them ill. So lots of interesting things coming on grid. Listening to children as well. A lot of children that came to the earth to help and be of assistance, that maybe have been asleep or just living in a matrix type eat, sleep, rave, repeat way, are going to start switching on. And when they start switching on, you're going to be like, God, they're being a little bit precocious. It's going to be that like, whoa. And it could be triggering, but actually just allow them to be like, I can't explain it. I'm struggling to find the words for it, but it could be things they say to you about your life or how you're living your life that, you know, your grandfather want to put it that way. These new children, whether they're old souls or new souls, are very interesting and they're starting to come on grid. And it wouldn't surprise me if coming away from children, if you start to see more and more teenagers, teenagers as well, and young adults, so young 20s, 20 to 25, going for it and, I don't know, protesting, banging the drum for something better. It's interesting, very interesting. So yeah, let's get to the cards. I've got 3 decks in front of me. I've got Tarot of Traditions. I've got Sacred Destiny by Denise Linn. I've got Native Spirit by, Denise Linn. Would you believe it? Got my little crystals out, ready for you all. Ching, ching, ching. I've got 3 crystals actually on each deck. Ching, ching, ching. Clear quartz is really, really helpful. And again, you know, clear quartz, you just need one piece. One piece that you hold, you put on your third eye. Don't try to lose yourself in the meanings of crystals, because I did that when I first learnt about crystals and it ruined it for me. Go with your gut. Like I've got a big bowl of crystals just behind you, next to on my bookshelf there, well, cabinet. And I remember I'll just go up there and I'll just feel what crystal can help me with this, and I don't get lost in names. It's what you feel in your gut, what can work for you in that moment. So let's have a look at the tarot cards first. So August 2024. A month of deep ascension. Let's keep to the theme, a month of deep ascension. Show me the ascension energies, the healing energies, the awakening energies for August 2024, please. I love it when they need a good shuffle. The Hanged Man, interesting. We've got the Hanged Man coming up, and at the bottom we've got the Two of Wands, the future. You will be finding, and it's already happening now, or whenever you're drawn to watch this video, that there are going to be lots of blocks in your life. Things that you enjoyed, things that you embraced, it's going to be changing. And that's going to bring up a whole host of ego. So it's almost like we've got stop and blocks in order for us to waken up, in order for us to look in a different direction. So it could be, for example, you have a house move that all of a sudden stops and it falls through and you're devastated. Your heart's broken, you're all packed up, ready to go. there's a reason for it, and some of this is going to be painful, or it's going to have moments of being painful, but actually what's going to happen is we've got the Three of Cups, so it will make sense. Also as well with this Three of Cups is you're going to see more and more people finding each other. So new friends, and it could be online communities, it could be new work people. More and more people are awakening up, and they're finding each other, and they're wanting something different. Also, as one of the things my guide says was, when you're going through this, you feel like you want to step away from people, and I get that. And that's needed. But also what is also needed is getting out there into the world. So it could be you just having a simple conversation with your neighbour. Remember what Dolores Cannon said about her frequency. She was told her frequency held something, that all she had to do was sit in a room and people could feel it. This isn't absorption. This is totally different, because you don't feel tired. You can actually feel fired up yourself when it happens. So when you shut yourself away and just stick to the online world, other people are missing the opportunity. Just by coming into your frequency, change can happen. And that's magical. So community. Four of Cups, those that cannot be reached, or those that don't want to be reached. And allowing people that honour. Because we've all been that person that doesn't want to see something, doesn't want to be reached. But it's changing. It's changing. And I got an allergy this morning whilst on the toilet, TMI, which is too much information. You know, there's a lot of this online which I don't agree with, of wake up everybody, or, you know, people kicking off on social media because you're not waking up. You know, when you're asleep and somebody jaggers you, and jaggers you, that's a new word, Claire, jaggers you or shakes you, and you come up like that, and you're like, oh, and you want to pull the duvet over, and you're in a mood, you want to go back to sleep, but you want to go into a deeper sleep. That's what happens. Oh, that's interesting. I was going to say that's what happens, but it came out as that's what's happening. So you're actually derailing people's awakening by making them awaken, or bullying them into awakening. Haven't you seen this? Don't you know this? Because they stick to their guns. And you know, how we wake up physically in the morning should be on. I mean, I'm even getting now we shouldn't even be having alarms. That it should be the body that wakes itself up, that we shouldn't, you know, the alarm goes off and you're like, oh, because actually it's not time for the body to waken up. Interesting. And it's the same with spiritual awakening as well. Knight of Pentacles coming in as well. Different things coming into our lives, being approached by different people. So there's collaborations coming up for some of you. It doesn't mean online collaborations. It could just be you working on a clinic with someone, or new collaborations in friendship circles, but more people finding each other. God, that card, I'm going to come back to that, I think. The Queen of Wands. Make a decision. Again, yellow and gold is all about joy. It's all about joy. So wearing your joy, not dimming your light to suit others. And again, that will trigger, but that's fine. Being determined about what you want and standing in your sovereignty and your empowerment. The Divine Feminine, the rising Divine Feminine, which is why so many things are changing, because we're stepping into a gentler, much more powerful, much more transformative energy, and we're stepping into the Queen of Cups energy as well. So our heart space, and I'm getting as well, you can be both. You can be Queen of Wands and Queen of Cups. Yeah, that's interesting. Making powerful decisions, but also decisions that lift your soul. Gone are the days where you got a job because it just paid well, or you got a job because that's what your family always did and that's what was expected of you. Now it's different. It's about getting jobs, careers, businesses, vocations, a life that makes you, it's joy that's going to make you powerful. Because what I'm seeing is people that are still stuck in those old ways, those old jobs, those old ways of being, it's going to become more rigid, because I'm seeing like them turning into stone people. Not really, analogy wise, it feels like rigid stone, and it feels like by doing that we're stepping away from ourselves. So having faith and taking that leap of faith to do something different. So you could say this could be your guides, your higher self, your Godhead, saying, are you sure about this? Are you sure you don't want something better than this? And the King of Cups as well. I always get a little bit triggered when everybody goes on about divine feminine, divine masculine as well. You need both. This isn't just about healing the divine feminine. It's about healing the divine masculine, because we have both within us. So this is about a real balancing. So being gentle, making gentle and powerful decisions that bring more grounding with the King of Pentacles. Gentle, grounding decisions. Building a life that is financially abundant, but also spiritually abundant. And people can get really triggered when we say that. Oh, so I've got to earn millions. No. You know, you can, and I've said this before in videos, it doesn't matter how much you earn, as long as you feel abundant. So you could get someone that lives in a very basic cottage somewhere, or a very basic council house somewhere, or a basic apartment, or a basic bungalow. We've just got a basic bungalow. It's not got, you know, it's not all singing, all dancing. It's a basic 2-bedroom bungalow, but you feel abundant. Or you could get someone in a mansion that's got billions in the bank that doesn't feel abundant. He or she is not abundant. They may have a whacking bank balance, but they're not abundant. Because abundance is a way of being. Abundance is feeling rich when you go in and you see you've got 3 favourite jumpers there. Abundance is so much deeper than I've got, you know, 6 mil or 6 bill in the bank account. I'm just going to clarify for that King of Cups and King of Pentacles. Add another one. Yeah, justice, rebalance. So people are looking more and more at the global stage, the world stage, at what we've got on it at the minute in various different forms, and they're wanting something better. So it's almost like there's these calls that are going out to bring in something better. The old way of doing things and the old energy, it's getting harder and harder. And you will start to see this on the world stage with more and more people not being able to do their stuff, not being able to do their job. You'll see it on a global scale, you'll see it on a day-to-day scale. So you'll be able to see your job, somebody's got a job, someone's seeing this in their job. You'll be able to see your boss, or you know, you go to your doctor's receptionist and maybe they've been really rigid, and you can start to see that the doctor's is breaking up. You can start to see that the old way is not working. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting. Right, let's go to the Oracle cards. People stepping into their own power, not wanting or allowing somebody else to lead them, not wanting somebody else to show them. And I'm seeing an analogy of a little toddler that's playing, and mummy comes in and mummy wants to show them how to play, and toddler's getting triggered and screams and throws a toy down because the toddler wants to work it out for themselves. And this is what we are. We are at the minute toddlers, because we've been so used to another way of being that now we're like, oh, I don't know where to put that piece, or I can't, you know, like a toddler does. And they're dropping things and it's all, you know, and somebody always wants to step in and show you the way. And it's like, no, it's like we're having to do this for ourselves. Interesting times. Storyteller. The old ways coming back. wanting to hear the old stories from the family, the old tales that make you smile, and some of the sad tales as well, but the need to come back around the campfire as well. The need to, you're going to see more people, we'll all be doing this as well, going and buying more books, more your fiction books on fiction, all of that, but more spiritual books and more look at different ancient civilizations. You could be doing this online, you could be watching videos, looking at articles, podcasts of Vikings, Norsemen, Native Americans, Egyptians, wanting to reconnect back into those old ways. Reconnection, there's a real need for reconnection in August. And walking in beauty. Also as well in August, I'm feeling there's some huge sun upgrades going, solar upgrades. Because as I'm seeing it, it's almost like I'm seeing a person, obviously, and the sun's above them and it's coming in, it feels really powerful. Because as it's coming in, I can't explain it, it's got these lights going on, it's got these codes going on, and it's all about the crown of the third eye, and this is really powerful. And for some people it's going to be super duper powerful. It's almost like once you've had this upgrade, you can't go back to where you were before. And it ties into this whole video of some people are going to be triggered because it's like, but you're not usually like that. Well, you are now. Medicine Eagle, healing coming in. Being able to fly above your problems as well. Being able to see higher perspectives with problems and difficulties. And also as well, I'm being asked to tell you not to talk about, not to talk about your problems. You can talk about your problems. Not to label them my problems. It's about actually flipping it and saying, these are my lessons. So rather than going, oh, I've got so many problems, is these are my lessons. These are my teaching moments. These are my growth moments. And that's how you can alchemize it. Medicine man and woman, becoming your own healer. Because, you know, it doesn't matter how many therapy sessions we have, how many healing sessions we have, if we're not ready to do the work for ourselves, it's a waste of time and money. You're just a sieve. So this is about you becoming your own healer, your own medicine man and woman, reattaching into these ancient ways. The peace pipe. In a world where we're seeing more and more divisive energies, stepping away from that. So we're actually going to see more people stepping away from toxicity, stepping away from the need to be right, stepping away from the need to be heard. And there's going to be an element of peace coming into the earth in August. Don't start saying, yes, but what about, yes, but what about, yes, but what about. Just trust me on it. You're not going to see this on the news. You're not going to see this in the newspapers. You're just going to feel it. There's more peace coming into the planet. Be careful of those trickster energies that are out there. The trickster energies that want to take you back to where you were. The trickster energies that want to hold you where you were. That goes, you can't afford to do that. You'll lose your house if you do that. Oh, go on, have another slice of cake, or go out with the girls. You've had a big weekend, have that drink. Go on, go at it hard. These trickster energies on the global stage as well, which are everywhere. They're in every area of global life, and they can sometimes, there's a card I've got, if you've been following me a while, or if you're into your cards, you'll know it. What card is it? It's a deck, oh, it was up there, I was going to use it as well, interesting. It's a deck by Chris, Lightseer's Tarot by Chris Ann. The devil card in there is like a sexy devil, he's good looking, he's got gold, but he's got like the puppet master energy, he's got the puppets on his hand. That's what it can look like, and that's what it looks like. It looks all sparkly and opulent and happy clappy, and everything's all wonderful, and look at the colours, look at everything. Look at the stage, look at the carriages, look at the cars. But actually there's something not right. And there's a part of you that's going that kind of energy, but it looks sparkly, it looks normal and natural, but your gut is saying, your feelings, your energy, it's like there's something not right about this. So whoops, that's interesting. I'll pick this deck up because it's the next deck. I was going to pick my other deck up, but this was the deck my hand went to. Can I have a guidance card for the Trickster? Embracing the new and community. stepping away from global communities, globalness and all of that kind of stuff, and coming back into, you know, when people know more about a global star than they do about their own path, their own past lives, their own ancestral trauma, we have a problem. So this is about stepping back into you, coming back into your own life, not letting the world take your focus away from you. So, final cards for August. Protection, so spiritual protection, needing to protect yourself. And this isn't about fear, it's about, there's a lot of people out there still angry and still playing in the old ways, and they're getting more and more triggered and they're trying to cause more and more issues. So spiritual protection, it's like I said in the beginning of this video, nature, 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 community, flying free, being around people that uplift you. And it's not about surrounding yourself with yes men, it's about people that help you to grow, help you, uplift you. And also as well, trying to see people as not as good or bad, trying to see them as humans having a human experience with many flaws but also many strengths. Nobody is all bad, but nobody is all good. And there's a real purification happening as well in August. We keep getting yellows and golds. So the solar plexus as well, which is our creative centre. So if you've been wanting to bring business changes, life changes, work changes, it's all coming on board in August. Diligence, seeing things from a higher perspective, not sinking down into things. There's a difference between watching a ceremony on telly or something, a sporting event. You've seen it? Have you watched it? I have. I've heard about it. Let's not comment further about it. We're aware of it. And going, oh, this isn't right, then Googling the hell out of it and going deeper and deeper and deeper. Trust your intuition. This feels dark. I don't like this. Switch it off, cleanse. You know, the bird flying high. The bird isn't flying with a blindfold on. He knows exactly what's happening. He's seen it from a higher perspective, but also knowing that there's a dog barking in the back. There is a dog. I've got my windows open. But also knowing that this has to play out in the way that it is. Healing chaos, whirlwinds. We may actually see more physical things happening like this in the world, environmental things, but also energetic change coming in. Things coming in like a whirlwind to bring in change. And it's all good fun. The voyage of discovery. And one more card for this reading, Inner Peace. It's coming back. We're full circled in this reading. This is about coming back to inner peace. What's going to light me up? Yeah, and being able to swim in the same direction with each other. Being able, not codependently, but being able to be slightly like that, but still having peace. Being able to balance the waters and the emotions of the body. And you'll find that the more you embrace this journey, you're on this journey, you'll find your guides want more from you. There's a lot of that in August. It feels like the guides are wanting more. It's like, okay, we've given you some slack, we've cut you some slack, but now we're wanting more from you. So, just before I switch off, I just want to bring you up to date with a few changes that moi has been making. As you know, I had 3 YouTube channels, still do actually. I had this one, which I've changed the name of, Tarot and Ascension. I'm going to be spending more time on this channel, Tarot, oops, I pulled my own hair out then, Tarot and Ascension. So it's going to be more tarot readings, more Ascension, more healing videos. I'm still going to be doing channelings. And the thing is about channelings, you can only do them as and when. And channeling can be exhausting. So you can't just do it every week. You can't just pick somebody out of the universe to channel. So I am going to still do channelings, but it'll be as and when it happens, or as and when it feels right for me. I did have another channel, which was Claire, I can't remember, you see how it works? I can't remember what it was called. CT's Roll, you see how it works? Which was CT's Roll Tarot, which then went on to, over the past couple of weeks, month or so I think it was, global readings. I'm not doing it anymore. I'm not doing the tarot readings, I'm not doing the political readings, I'm not doing celebrity readings. I'm focusing now on healing, ascension, awakening and tarot. When I first came onto YouTube, this channel that you're watching me on was my main and only YouTube. And I got, because you're naive and you're new to something, I got swayed into all kinds of different topics. And that doesn't work for me anymore. I don't get the uplift that I got from it, and things have been needing to change for a while because that aspect of the world is getting heavy, the global stage, and it doesn't make my soul sing. And there's no point in me sitting here talking about soul singing and not practicing what I preach. So that video, that channel that I used to do that kind of content on, is actually changing. It's in the process of changing today, or whenever you watch this video, it could have already changed, to Claire Thackeray Reads. Now, a couple have said, how can you let go of that tarot channel that you... Because I think a lot of people think that's my main tarot channel, and it's not. They don't realise about this one. For books, well, let me tell you something. Books are important. Books are going to become more and more hugely important, and people are going to be turning to books rather than politics and royalty, celebrity, when they realise the aspects of the world, when they start to on their awakening journey. So books are important, and they're important to me, they're important to many people that follow me. And I did do the books thing on my other channel, Claire the Thackeray's, which I do with my husband Gary. But that channel as well is changing, because we've realised we've got 3 themes on there: books, natters and travel. So that's just going to be us nattering, travelling, doing our own vlogs, and the book stuff is going on to Claire Thackeray Reads. By the time you go to this video, all my new details will be below. So don't think that just because people think this, oh, Claire's coming off YouTube. I'm coming off royal YouTube. I'm coming off political YouTube and celebrity YouTube. Done. I'm done. I'm out. Over and out. But I'm going to be doing more work on here. More enlightening work, more spiritual work, more tarot work. And it's going to take me a while to get my equilibrium back and get, you know, because I also do client sessions as well. So please be patient with me. Because when you've been used to working a certain way, it takes you, you know, a bit of time to get you in equilibrium. Also getting the books, tube stuff. Books are important. So yeah, I'm actually excited about everything that's happening. I'm excited about the change. I'm excited about all of it. And, you know, hopefully that gives you a little bit of an enthusiasm or an encouragement to make changes in your life, because if your soul doesn't sing, there's no point. And the world stage is going to get more divisive, more controversial. There's going to be more stuff comes up. It's going to get chaotic. It was interesting because I'd actually kind of decided before I went on holiday, and like within the first week, things started happening in the world, and it was like, you see, I'd have been reading on that, getting slammed down in a billion flames, and I refuse to do that. My energy field is important, my life is important, and I refuse to have a space where that's going to happen, where I'm going to come under constant attack, where other people are going to come under constant attack. And when you actually allow your energy to go into these places, you pick up that heaviness. And it's important not to. And it's important to focus on yourself. Do not lose yourself to what's happening on the world stage. I remember lately I've got some comments that came through that where people got really intense with it all. Like they knew so much about their own family or politics or celebrity. It was like, whoa. And I found myself thinking, if they actually put that focus into their own lives, we could change the world. And I thought, and I got the words, Claire, every time you do one of those videos, you are encouraging that. And I was like, wow, powerful. So I'm not going to be one of those that encourages that. I'm not going to be one of those that encourages you to get stuck down in those areas that don't fulfill you. And believe me, the frequencies on this planet are changing, and what we got fulfilled with in the past, we are no longer going to be fulfilled with. And this is going to cause some rattling energies, and this is going to cause some disharmony. But ultimately, we are done. You are done. So if you're following me, it's about change, it's about healing, it's about tarot, it's about expansion, it's about awakening. And like I said, I will bring back channelings, different people. I want to stick to, people that I've always channeled, people that bring through enlightening things. I don't just channel for entertainment purposes only, even though we have to put that legally in the description. But yes, more spiritual people. We're all spiritual people, but like galactic guides, angels, Norse guides and gods I'm being drawn to as well, so it's going to be interesting. It's going to take some time for me to build my equilibrium up again, because it took a hammering. Whatever, Trevor's. And yeah, so like, comment and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. So yeah, go and have a look at that book channel, because books, music, not pop music, music as in spiritual music, soul fulfilling music, art that is soul fulfilling, all of that's going to be helping to build your soul back up and your energy field. Thanks for watching. Please do like, comment and subscribe. If you want to watch more content, subscribe to this channel. And yeah, everything's below. Instagram, there's a new book. Claire Thackeray Reads Instagram channel, Instagram channel, YouTube channel, but I've got an Instagram and a YouTube. It's not hard. I'm making it sound harder than it is. It's all in the description box below. And I will see you all later. Bye for now. Bye.